What's up guys, Matt and Ian from footballboots.co.uk, and today we have something pretty exciting because we have the brand new range by Adidas Football, the Copa 17, which pretty much acts as the successor to the previous Glory range, and it's going to be an entire range. So we've got some elite models, some scaled down and also indoor. What's the first kind of impressions of it?
Well, it's got this kind of red colourway to it. We're a bit limited as to what we can tell you about the name of it at the moment. It will tie into the next release from Adidas, so we won't mention that at the moment. But as you can see, it's got this real nice red colour to it, red leather, which is what it's going to be all about. And yeah, so it is a leather range. It's not the first time we've kind of seen leather done properly in a range since the Adipures, so it's interesting to see that Adidas have gone back to that, and we're just throwing up a few kind of tease images at the moment showing you what you're going to find out in this pack. We will go through the whole lot, so there are going to be a variety of sole types that are going to come out. You're going to have like indoors, you're going to have the FGs, your SGs, there's going to be the scaled down version, slightly different sole plates, and then also there's going to be like turf variations as well. A whole lot of things going to be, but the first thing to say is it's all born out of the Copa Mundial. Yeah,
and obviously the Copa Mundial, if it's not Adidas's most famous model, it might be the most famous boot model of all time. It's been going for such a long time, it's very popular. It's a surprise that not a lot of professionals wear it. Lovely K-leather upper, and it's just a really nice all-round boot. So Adidas have made this new model, the Copa 17, which is more of kind of an innovative modern day boot.
Yeah, it's like a up-to-date version of the Copa. They're going to keep that going with that. And this is the sole plate of the Copa Mundials, which you can buy at the moment still if you want to. They are still available.
Just a little bit heavy maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So this is kind of innovative. They've maybe changed out some materials. I think the tongue switched out. We'll get to that a bit later in the video, so stay tuned for all the kind of technical details of what's available. So this was kind of the Adipures. These were the Adipure 4s, I think maybe.
Yep.
And that's what was being worn back in the day when they had a whole leather range, and so this is like 11 Pros, like Tony Cruz.
Tony Cruz is still in the 11 Pro,
so this pair here, so
exactly right. Hasn't been around for a long time, but he still prefers that model. So maybe he'll go into the Copa 17 now.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. These were the 11 Pro 4s.
Good boot.
Those are the 3s. So these are the 4s. So yeah. This was the Copa SL.
These are the Copa SL. Now the slight bit of difference from the Copa SL to maybe the Adipures and these Copa 17, it's not actually leather. It's also so it's a synthetic kind of leather to be really lightweight. It's got sprint frame sole plate, which we'll get into a little bit later on the Copa 17.
So this is the first ones we're going to look at, and the most important thing you can see here is this big tongue. This is going to be a big feature of the Copa range. We're looking at the 17.3s here at the moment. Let me just bring up the next one. So that's a top-down look on them. What do you think, Matt? This is 17.3s.
So I think for a scaled down boot, it actually looks pretty good quality, which is a great thing. One thing that I'm not so sure about is the tongue length. I'm not sure if you're supposed to wear it like that or maybe fold it over. We'll see what Adidas kind of say when they do it actually.
Yeah, and there's the sole plate. So this is the 17.3 version we're looking at. This is what it looks like from the side. You can see that leather mark on it. And the tongue itself is leather as well, which is something important to pay attention to because later on we'll get into the higher end. There are 17.4 versions available, but they're more kind of designed to indoor and to kids' junior sizes. Talking about indoor versions, this is the 17.3 indoor.
Yeah, and it's got kind of that gold gum sole plate, so it's there for kind of indoor use, so it's like not going to be non-marking. But it's nice to have kind of a leather indoor boot. Yes. Something that you don't really see that often. There's a lot of synthetics going around, so if you want that more kind of traditional feel, it's a great boot for you.
We'll move on and we'll look at another 17.3, which is the turf variation.
So if you are playing on 3G pitches quite a lot, this is probably going to be a great option for you. Again, it's got that leather upper, turf sole plate. It's really nice. I like the red, white and black colourway. It's a bit like the Predator boots from previously.
Yes.
Which are obviously real popular.
Classic Adidas colours, really.
Yep.
So let's move on. We'll go up a level and we'll look at the 17.2. These are the 17.2 trainer version. They are the Tango as well.
Yeah, that's it. So obviously a couple of our guys were down at the Tango League.
Yes. Like
Lucas and SB9. Got that Tango logo on the
top.
So
there's going to be a whole kind of tie-in with a lot of the Adidas stuff. They're going to push this whole Tango stuff, this kind of five-a-side indoor game stuff. Yep. I think it's going to be probably tying in with the latest Ace and X releases, and we're going to see more Tango branded things.
So that's got a slightly different tongue. That's got the classic copper fold-over tongue.
Yeah, it's quite nice on these, to be honest, isn't it?
I think I prefer that to what they actually did with the longer one.
Probably better looking than the 17.3 indoors.
Yeah.
These are the 17.2, but these are the SG version. So we're moving up a level in quality, you're getting a little bit extra. The leather itself is going to be a little bit better, and a few little differences, but this is the first time we're seeing the soft ground version. Top down doesn't look massively different, so maybe the tongue is just a little bit smaller.
I'd say it's a little bit shorter on there, yeah. No doubt about it.
People may prefer that. That's a little look at the sole plate.
Yeah.
So depending on which level boot you're at, you're going to see the sole plates will look a little bit different. Still has a leather stamp on it again, and overall it's very much fitting in with what you're seeing in this pack. Key thing is to pay attention to what is happening on the 17.1s, because those are the ones with a little bit extra technology as such.
For sure.
A little close up on the SG stud there for you. Now we're looking at the FG version. There's not really anything different in these than over the SG version. It's just the difference in the sole plate. That's all you're looking at.
The sole plate itself is quite similar to the Gloro.
Yes, and that's part of
this
kind of inspiration from those as well. So these are kind of taking over from those. So that makes sense. And we'll move on and look. Just set these again from the side.
It's a nice looking boot all around.
It's pretty good, it's pretty good. Let's get on to the good stuff, and now we're looking at the 17.1. So this is the top tier version. Soft ground, which is a great addition to have that. Interestingly, all metal studs though. It's not like a mix, it's not like a SG Pro type boot, it's purely metal studs.
And sprint frame sole plate.
Yes, and that's the big innovation, is these boots are at that next level of quality because they've included the sprint frame sole plate. It makes a lot more sense, and it again has the mixture of the studs as you'd expect. So
are there any studs that you can take out? And you can put the firm ground ones in there?
Yeah, if you wanted to, you can switch it out, so that's a nice little addition.
Yep.
If you're thinking you might play on both pitches, just get the SG version and flip out the studs. Alright, let's look at it from the side. So this is the first time we're kind of looking at the Copa 17.1 from the side. What do you think of it?
Well, you can just tell that the premium look is a little bit high. You can see that K-leather upper actually continues onto the side panels as well, where it would have been cut off on that kind of toe van. But they are real nice.
And that's the SG ones. Again, you can see this tongue height scope again, and we'll get a little closer look at this tongue in a second because it's important that the tongue itself is not leather. They're reducing the weight of the boot by taking out the leather tongue. And that's a really nice thing to do when you want to kind of have a, you're saying the Copa Mundials are a little bit heavy, so that's how you get around it, you know.
Bit more streamlined.
Looking at the side again.
It's got some stitching on the toe box there, kind of a wavy design, so it'll be nice and flexible.
Yes. It's a good release really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice release. It's a nice colourway. They can't really go wrong with it, to be fair.
Guys, let us know what you think. Do you think that this is a good thing that Adidas have come ahead and brought out the Copa 17 range? Do you prefer the Gloros? Obviously the Gloros we don't think are carrying on. Or would you prefer they've gone back and re-brought back the Adipures out? Maybe vote in our poll, have a vote, Adipure, Copa or Gloro, and then people can choose.
Yep.
Alright, that pretty much wraps it up. What do you think of these? Would you get a pair?
I'd get a pair, but probably only the elite version. I think it has to be that K-leather all around the side panels and the toe box. I'm not sure about the scale down, but if I was playing indoor, then I think so. They got some really nice models for it.
Yeah, I really like those Tango ones. I think they'd be great.
Yeah.
Alright guys, well, go enjoy football.